Welcome to the Agrihood. Carnes Crossroads is a new home community with a farm-to-table lifestyle. Just outside of Charleston, here, community is defined by gathering together and our deep connection to nature. Our future farm and amenities are taking root and blooming into something you've always dreamed of in a fun, healthy, and social environment. Come home to the Agrihood, where you can plant roots and thrive.
Learn more at carnescrossroads.com.
This is Conversate with Us with Chris Donovan and Evelyn Rivas.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, Chris Donovan.
Hi, Evelyn Rivas.
How are you?
Great.
Good. Nice to see you again.
Are you calling me a man's name because my voice is gone?
No.
And I sound like a different person.
I'm actually trying to be funny, but
oh, okay.
you just ruined it.
I thought you were making fun of my voice.
No, not at all. I wouldn't make fun of your voice. I'm surprised you actually were recording this week. We weren't going to... I mean, you've been having voice problems for a while. We didn't miss last week.
We did, didn't we?
No, we did last week.
God, it's all a blur.
I know, it's all a blur. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
It's all a freaking blur. I don't even remember. What day is it?
Tuesday?
Yeah, no, it's just such a blur.
Yeah.
I don't even,
it's
head
Throwback
is...
Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
The only reason I know that is because Alyssa Milano posted a Throwback Thursday picture.
Of course,
That's
and
all I know.
Stalk her.
I don't stalk her. She's very political.
I know. That's why I wondered why you still followed her, because I know you don't really like when people do that.
I never did before. I never followed her. It was Jennifer Love Hewitt that I followed.
You followed them both, you big stalker. You're gross. Now get out of here. I don't want to do the show anymore. I'm out of here.
So, welcome to Conversate with Us. Go to thisisfunner.com for me and check out everything else up there. But we're going to talk about food right now and our food we had for graduation. And by graduation, I mean Juleen's.
Her graduation party was this last weekend. So, yeah, let's chat about that because,
Best food
as you
ever.
know, we are big fans of food. And the food that we had was from one of our favorite places to eat. Got a great deal on a catering situation from one of our favorite places to eat. In downtown Riverside, Taco Station.
Yes, it was so yummy. We had chicken, carne, al pastor, rice and beans. The rice and beans are the best.
So good.
We used it the next morning with eggs for egg, rice, bean, and cheese burritos for breakfast.
Oh my God, it was so bomb.
It was carbolicious.
Oh, it was so yummy, yeah.
I know.
We had some protein in there.
Well, we had to have that to make up for all the beverages that went down the night before. But the food, though, they had the tortillas. The tortillas are the best. Because they make them in-house.
Yeah, they do. They hand make them. We had tons of them. So what we love about them, obviously, they're one of our good friends owns it. So we're excited about that. And we were excited to, to go ahead and be able to use them. And of course, it's all about love. So I asked them, though, specifically, I'm like, what do you suggest? We're going to have, I think, about 60 people, which I think we end up having more. But yeah, it's like 60 people. What's a good, meal? Like, what do you think? Like, what should I have for everybody? And she's like, oh my God, Rosa, our girl, she's like, tacos. You just do tacos. It's easy. Everyone can make their own tacos. I'll give you a ton of tortillas. I'll give you a ton of
toppings,
hot sauces. Yeah, the limes, the cilantro, the everything. And we're like, okay, that's perfect. That sounds good.
I'm hungry now.
And so she's like, but here's the secret. Here's what you do. Do you have a griddle? And I was like, yeah, I do. Like a hot plate griddle thing, right? She's like, you have that set up before everyone starts getting their food so everyone can warm up their tortillas right there.
Yeah.
And then they can fill them right at the end.
Nice and warm.
So I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. So that's what we did. And I think we still kind of did it a little off. Like we should have moved some things around, but we were, only because of the outcome is my reasoning. Because...
a lot of people ate food.
A lot of people ate.
People ate a lot of food.
People piled that stuff on their plates, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is not going to last. This is not going to last longer than an hour."
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot of food on there.
People had seconds though, and that was good. I wanted everyone to feel like they could have seconds.
Yeah.
But then it was like maybe a couple hours later, I was like, "There's no more meat left at all. At all."
I was watching the buffet, and I'm like, "Okay, a little carne left, a little bit of chicken left," and I think it was your cousin's fiance came through for a second chance or a second try, and was like, "I'm just gonna get whatever I can out of this pan right now."
Yeah, whatever's left in here. And, I think, God, it's such a weird thing. Like when you have people over. And you're trying to decide, how to set up your buffet. Now, I have I've set up buffets my entire life, Chris Donovan, in my household. So, I let you kind of figure out how you wanted to do that.
The trick is you put the meat at the very end. That way their plate's half full of the stuff that's cheaper or
But-
you have more of, and then they get they're supposed to get little meat, but that didn't work out.
That didn't work out.
No,
And the
they
reason
piled
it didn't is because no one got the tortillas and realized it was tacos.
They got the tortillas and just thought whatever.
That's on the side. Yeah, I don't think anyone made tacos. Like I did, but
Oh, I made taco. I saw a lot of people make taco. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of people like pile it on the plate and take the tortillas and do it at their table.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was the problem. We didn't have it set up so that they would get a tortilla, put meat in it.
Should have been rice, beans, then the tortillas.
Yes, exactly.
Why didn't you move it?
It was too late. By the time I noticed everything was gone, I got 2 tacos.
I got
I didn't.
3.
Our daughter at her own graduation party did not eat.
She did.
No, she didn't.
She tried.
She had no tacos. There was
Somebody
none.
knocked the plate out of her hand, and then she never went back.
That's actually true. Somebody was giving her a hug. It was not like a mean thing or anything.
Yeah, they were like,
Somebody
mean
went to-
girls showed up and be like, this is my party now.
That's my tacos. Yeah, no. So yeah, it was kind of. And if you were a little bit late to the party, you were screwed.
You were eating a bean and rice and cheese burrito
Yeah.
is what you were doing. At least we had extra flour tortillas that we had on our own large ones. So then we did make some burritos toward the end.
Did you?
Yeah, some of the girls did. I know Delaney, she did. She ate some rice and beans, and I think
Juleen's friend.
and then there was somebody else. Somebody else came in and was like, "Where's the rice and beans?" And then they made themselves a burrito.
Oh, nice.
And I can't remember who it was. It was either a woman,
It doesn't matter.
somebody's
Like, that's
wife
good.
that was like, "I wasn't hungry until right." Oh, Anita.
Oh, Anita. Oh, so suddenly I'm hungry. Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh
everybody's
yeah,
like,
now I'm hungry.
go make me a plate. I know. I kind of felt bad because if you were there a couple hours late,
Yeah, but it was
you
good.
probably didn't get food. But you got rice and beans. But yeah, I know. But either way, it was the bomb. Next time we'll just set it up a little differently. The salad, we made salads, and
Ooh,
those
those were
things
yummy.
get killed. People made tons of tons of salad.
Yeah, no, it went over really, really well. It was,
was
awesome
so
all the
fun.
way around, and I enjoyed eating.
Yeah, the food was the bomb. And a shout out also to I think it's called Nothing Bunt Cakes.
Oh yes,
So we also had desserts. So I kind of delegated that out to Crystal, who is Juleen's aunt on her dad's side. Yeah. And she's like, "What can we do?" So I was like, "You guys handle desserts," and they brought a ton, and it was so yummy.
There were a lot.
Giant cake,
yeah, giant sheet cake.
giant sheet cake. It said, happy congratulations, happy graduation, and cake pops that had these caps on them. They were super cute, like little caps, like from the cap and
Did
gown.
you eat one of those cake pops?
I didn't, but I heard
saw
they were
them.
yum.
Yeah, I saw them around, and I think the kids got all of them toward the end of the night. But
Yeah.
they looked good.
Yeah, they did. And then this really tall bundt cake. It was like 3 layers.
Yes, it was.
It had this awesome cap on the top with a little diploma. It
fit
was
perfectly in any
adorable.
refrigerator that you could have, because of course it's awkward and giant.
Well, everyone ate it. We only have the top left
Yeah.
still. So
And then, honestly, I think people are eating that out of the fridge as they go in and get something else.
I know
because
they're
there's bites out of
I've
it.
seen it, and it's funny. This is what happens
gassy.
at our house. It's
gassy.
totally gassy. There's a fork sticking out of that cake right now in our fridge, and she's just going up. And every time she opens that door, she's taking a bite.
She is. And then, you know what? She-
It's summer.
Yeah, in summer.
It's summer.
Speaking of that, it's Memorial Day weekend this weekend.
This weekend is Memorial Weekend, so
We're going to have to go back to Taco Station this weekend,
I-
get some tacos, and then come back to the pool.
oh yes, are we gonna
Fish
treat it?
tacos.
Usually we go to Carlsbad this weekend, but for 2 years in a row we haven't been able to do that
No, so we'll have to just, I guess, drink cheaper beer
and sit by our own pool.
and order more expensive food.
Postmates. I don't know. we'll make it
we'll make
feel
it
like we
happen.
were like at Carlsbad this weekend doing nothing. We'll save money doing it. Let's just be honest.
That is 100%
Yeah.
true.
So good. But anyway, big stuff. We got lots to talk about with regards to graduation because there's so much that happened this last 2 weeks.
Well, let's get into our right now.
Right now.
So my right now is graduation happened.
And it's over.
And it's over.
Now, 2 things happened.
Yes.
One, Juleen now has a diploma.
Yes.
Does not have to go back to the school at all.
Nope.
And 2, Evelyn's done crying for a couple days.
At least until orientation for college.
Oh, yeah,
Which is
so-
Tuesday.
Shoot.
No. Okay. So as you can tell, my voice is a little off. And I'm breathing differently too. I'm noticing with my voice being this scratchy, I'm having a hard time keeping pace.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I have to catch my breath. It's such a weird thing. Like when you're when you're pushing your vocal cords, your breathing is completely off. So the last couple of days on the radio, I've been like, this
More
sucks.
forcing, yeah.
I'm totally forcing. You can probably, you'll hear it when you play back this recording, Chris, and you edit this.
No, everybody right now is going, oh, that's what's wrong with her voice.
That's what's wrong.
Oh, she sounded like crap the whole time. I don't want to be mean.
I
but-
was just trying to figure out who the hell that was.
Yeah, why was she? Well, I really thought that was Chris the whole time.
Two Chris's.
Yeah,
so,
but still, we have to do this.
Yeah, so graduation party was Saturday of last weekend.
Correct.
Wonderful situation.
Very successful. Had my parents and your parents both here.
Yes, everyone's here, and oh my God, it was so much love. We saw so many people we had not seen in a long time.
Yes.
Like
a lot of
family.
people. A lot of people. We haven't seen Greg and Anita forever. Jeff and Sarah showed up. We saw them during the summer once, but that was it.
I know. So and
Your
no,
cousins?
we saw Jeff and Sarah first. Didn't we go to sushi like a few months back?
That was
Yeah.
that was a while.
Gosh, I guess that has been a while.
It's been a long time.
been a while.
Yeah, it was before Five's thing. So
Yeah.
your cousins showed up with Danielle's and her fiance.
Yeah, Danielle.
Danielle?
Oh yeah. Danielle Rivas. You're talking about. We got two Danielles that were there.
Oh yeah, not Danielle
on
Baker.
Saturday. I was like, not a fiance anymore.
No, your cousin Danielle.
Yeah, my
her
cousin
fiance.
Danielle, and I think his name's Zach.
Zach is what I think his name was. Yeah.
And we just finally met him for the first time, and so we're excited because we got a wedding coming in a few months. That'll be fun.
Yes.
And yeah, so like family I just hadn't seen in so long.
Your Uncle Daniel.
My Uncle Daniel was there. My other Uncle Daniel was there. How funny is that? I have my mom, both my mom and my dad have brothers named Daniel.
Uncle Daniel.
So I have two Uncle Daniels.
Yeah, it's very confusing because when we start talking about it, nobody clarifies until about halfway through a sentence. So somebody's thinking about one Daniel, the other person's thinking about the other Daniel, and everybody's confused for most of the time.
Well, usually the way I clarify is I call my elder Uncle Daniel, Uncle Daniel.
And then you call your
And I call my younger
uncle.
Daniel, Daniel, just straight up Daniel, because he's a year younger than I am.
Yes, your uncle is
So,
younger than you, which then
It's a Mexican thing.
Yeah,
Don't
totally.
talk about it.
solidifies everything.
So I call him Daniel because he's more like my cousin, even though he is my uncle. So
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever called him Uncle Daniel, really, unless I'm joking.
I think
and
I
say
called
I
him
want
Uncle
something.
Daniel.
Yeah, I'd like
when I'm
joke,
buy
messing
me
with
this,
him.
Uncle
Buy
Daniel.
me this, Uncle Daniel. I really like this.
I want this, Uncle Daniel. Give me another beer, Uncle Daniel.
So yeah, but it was a really wonderful night. It went on till like 1 a.m. It was really like everybody was just having a great time.
It was laid back. The fire was on. It was a little chilly, but it was enough. We had the TV out. Music was playing. People were dancing. We were talking, chatting,
Goofy.
drinking, eating a lot apparently, and popcorn was flowing.
and popcorn was flowing after little Ryan,
Yep.
my little cousin, walked up and said, "But I thought there was going to be popcorn." And because my dad's popcorn machine was out. And I said, "Oh my God, you're so right. Go and talk to that person right over there." And my dad was totally guilted into, "Oh crap, I didn't stop popcorn." So
He's like, "Oh, sir, may I have another?"
can I have a little morsel of popcorn?
But yeah, that was great. And this kind of rolls right into my right now, which is everybody was there, including my parents from out of town.
Yeah.
And so then they flew in Saturday morning, went and picked them up, came right back here, and the party started like an hour and a half later. We actually stopped and picked up the food on the way back from the airport to come back here.
Like
so
as soon as they got here, the party was starting.
yeah, so they rolled right into it like champs, and we had a
loves-
long weekend beside that, but yeah.
Everyone loved seeing them.
Yeah, and talking to them,
Because
everybody.
I mean, all of our family knows and loves your parents, and so, but they don't get to see them. Even we don't get to see them
We don't
very
get to see 'em
often.
very
So
often, yeah.
when they're here, they're like, "Oh my God, your parents are here!" It's like a really exciting surprise for everybody. Some of our friends haven't seen your dad in a long time, your mom in a long time, so Danielle was like, "Your dad and mom are here." They're just so happy. Danielle's our old lifelong buddy, and we just
Danielle,
our road dog.
Yeah, worlds colliding a little bit right there, but
Yeah.
they're gone now.
Well, no, like they
My
just
parents
flew out.
Just flew away.
They
yeah.
flew out.
They
They're
didn't
not
die.
gone. They're not. Yeah, I mean,
They just left California
on Tuesday. Yeah.
and so did your parents.
Yes. So
I wasn't
what the
expecting
heck?
that. Like my parents left Tuesday on their flight. Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday morning.
And then your parents left Tuesday night to drive out of town and stay in their trailer by their house that they're building.
Yeah, so they can watch it be built.
And
That's it.
the
The house is empty.
There's a couple cats and a dog left, but that's about it.
It's weird.
It is.
So we haven't had a empty house. And I say empty one. We're a loud bunch, the five of us.
Oh yeah.
But it's quiet. It's
weird.
so weird.
Yeah, no, I think I was home yesterday. I woke up. Your parents were already, they left the day before, blah, blah, walking around, and I'm like, there's like nobody opening doors. All the kids are still sleeping, of course.
Yeah.
Because they're party animals.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
summer.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like nobody's anywhere.
Where is
and
everybody?
the alarm, my phone's not going off because the alarm, and like,
Yeah, because my parents, since they were in our backyard, they, set up, they would walk.
Alarms.
They would walk across our cameras in our backyard. So our little like alarm would trigger, like, so we would know, oh, somebody's in our backyard.
Yeah.
But of course, it was always my parents.
Yeah, it was no big deal.
Well,
it's
now
just I knew.
now it's just so quiet. Like
Yeah.
nothing ever goes off back there.
And I go outside and nobody's like sitting outside or it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it's not. I'm not complaining or anything.
No.
I enjoy having your parents here. It was just really weird because I hadn't thought about it in a while.
Yeah, it was just so normal.
Because we also hadn't gone anywhere in a long time because of COVID. So I think it kind of rolled into that. Now it's like, okay, well, you were at work. Juleen's probably gone somewhere. The kids were in their rooms doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
It's really quiet.
And I'm
here.
like, I have actually somewhere to go later. Like, so everything's kind of picking up, and it was just
Picking up, but also getting slow again. It was weird.
Yeah, it was. I mean, picking up in the world, but slowing down in the house.
Yeah.
So that's something we haven't seen in a long time because
It was
of COVID stuff.
well, this was like our bubble.
Yeah.
That was it. It was
No.
totally our bubble. And with your parents here through the weekend, that was like a party. Like it went from a hardcore party from like for 4 days.
It did to nothing.
To nothing. To like like all of a sudden what was like Tuesday afternoon, you and I are looking at each other like, dang, I am tired. I am exhausted. And we just that like whatever just happened this last 4 days is just too much.
It was a lot. It was so much fun though. My parents, like I said, were here, and they got along very well with your parents.
Which should roll into our topic because I have a question for you.
Okay, let's ask your question first.
Okay, so the question I have is, how does it feel?
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
To have your parents love my parents so much.
All right, I think that's reciprocatable.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing you.
I know. I mean, they were having a good old time on Monday night.
Okay.
My parents had to get up super early too. So
Okay, your dad was cracking me up, but my mom also did crack me up a little too.
Your mom was dancing for 20 minutes.
My mom got up. Okay. So here's what happened.
Okay.
Monday. let me set the whole scene because it doesn't make sense unless you set the whole scene. Monday was the actual graduation day for Juleen. Okay. So of course his family was here from the weekend for the graduation party, but they were really here for her graduation.
Yeah.
Well, we found out we could only take 4 of us to graduation because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So only Chris and I, Juleen's dad and Juleen's aunt went to her graduation, her actual on-field graduation.
Ceremony, yeah.
So we had to set up the live stream here. Mm-hmm. So Chris set up a live stream in our backyard. Your parents, my brother, and my sister-in-law all sat in the backyard in here or whatever, and they watched the graduation from our house, knowing Juleen will be back afterward, and then we can be excited and have dinner and have fun.
So they kind of get to see it, and then we all get to visit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was 2 graduations because they were cut in half. So Juleen's graduation was first, and then the second graduation was for Juleen's boyfriend, and we all wanted to cheer him on too. Yeah. So we were going to watch both. So that was kind of like the plan, but it was a rough plan. We were just kind of like, okay, we got some, I think we got like hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah, my dad cooked,
left them for your parents and kind of said, if you guys want to start these while we're gone, we'll come back and we can, eat and stuff. We heated the pool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that we did.
So if anyone wanted to swim, they could swim. And
like obnoxiously heated it. I think I had it up to 91.
90-something degrees. I can't wait for that, Bill.
Yeah, right.
So that's where we were. We get home, and I had I gave this stuff to my mom to do, but there was a surprise. Her door, Juleen's door, was decorated because that's what I do. That's my thing.
Yeah.
We decorate doors in this house. If it's a celebration, there's a birthday, your door gets decorated. If it's I didn't know I was going to do it for graduation, but I bought the stuff a month ago, and I was like, okay, I can't forget to use this. So my mom decorated her door. We had little signs in the front yard because it was so weird. It's such a weird thing when you have the party over the weekend.
Yeah.
Beforehand, I didn't want her to feel like we weren't still celebrating actually on the day.
Oh, I don't think that was a problem.
No, it wasn't. But but I felt weird because it was like such a big deal on Saturday, and then it was like, oh, nothing on Monday. So it did not feel like that when we got home at all. We got in, everyone was screaming for her, and we were in the backyard, and the music was playing, and then she was dancing, and it was just so fun, and everybody was already drinking. So
yeah, they were.
We got here, and they were, everybody was having a little cocktail.
Uh-huh.
And my mom, they put YouTube on in our back TV and
YouTube
put
like
some
YouTube
like
music
70s music videos on. And my mom gets up and she starts like emulating the dance moves on whatever video she's watching. It was like TikTok, but live in the making.
Earth, Wind, and Fire and all these other.
But she was like doing it live. Then my mother-in-law gets up and starts dancing with her too.
I got up for a minute with your mom. When I came outside, I saw your mom like, hey, I can do this. And I got in.
It's like, because those moves are kind of like, you can kind of do those.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, Juleen, I'm calling her outside. You have to dance with your grandma. And they're out there dancing. And it was just so funny and so fun. And they really did it for like longer than I was thinking.
Yeah.
They were going to dance.
While that's happening, my dad and your dad are sitting over here having beers. My dad's barbecuing. They're BSing, talking about the new property up in Washington. And they're like,
and the new property over in Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, like their worlds are colliding because they're just talking about all this stuff that they're doing.
And it's like they're closer friends than we are now.
Do you feel a little jealous?
No, not necessarily, because I was kind of a simple kid, and I didn't, I was the third, so I was the one where they were like, oh, we don't have to do anything with him. He knows what's wrong and right. She did it wrong. He did it kind of wrong. But yeah, it was just like, my parents and I have been talking a lot lately because of things that have been going on, but getting back here, and it looked like they were just palling it up.
It was really cool. It was
really
Buzz
and Woody hanging out.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Jumbo and Walter. It's like Tango and Cash, but like super suburban. Jumbo and Walter.
Oh my God, you're so dumb. Walter's my dad's not Walter. My dad's named Leonard, but that's his nickname for everybody.
Also, nobody knows what Jumbo is. My dad's nickname is Jumbo.
Yeah, so. And Jumbo but that's his real nickname. Like that's a lifelong nickname. My
Walter
dad was only
is your dad's nickname.
Okay, I guess it is now because all the stupid boys started calling him that
at my bachelor party.
Yes,
so it sticks.
That's where it originated 13 years ago.
Yeah, that's why it stayed.
I guess it did stick. Huh? Now that I'm really thinking about it, but yeah, no, it's so funny. So they had the best time. They were just like chatting it up, and my parents. My parents have gone to your parents' house. We've driven up there. We've spent Christmases together. So it's not like they don't know each other.
Yeah,
but it was like on this trip. It was extra special, wasn't it?
It was. And not even that. Even a couple days before that, having extended family here. Like Leonard had some extended family. And not to just... Larry and his mom were here, and Krista was here. They hung out with my parents for quite a bit.
They did, yeah.
And they were like, man, your parents are so cool. Tell them goodbye for us. I know they flew out today. And I'm like, that's so cool. It's like, that one's a little world collide, awkward type thing.
Yeah,
right
the
there.
Dad and the stepdad there.
Yeah, like
getting along with the parents. I know, it's weird. It's so weird.
It was a little weird there, yeah. So
I know. It's just so funny. Like, do you think, it's nothing you put thought process into when you're younger for sure. Like, I really hope my parents get along with his parents. But is it? Maybe it is more of a thought.
When I was younger, I remember, like my dad's parents and my mom's parents, when they met, everything was cordial and fine and stuff. And I'm like, first it was like, because I'm younger, they know each other. Duh. Obviously. Of course they know each other.
But
I'm so young. I didn't think about it. Yeah.
Not paying attention to the fact that obviously my grandparents on this side know my grandparents on that side.
Yeah, there was a wedding at some time.
They had to have they must have seen each other.
Right. So that's something I thought of younger, and then when seeing them in person, it's like, oh wow, this is totally like worlds colliding. Like I'd go to New Mexico and visit my grandparents, and now I'm going to Washington, and my grandparents from New Mexico are there, and this is like really weird.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it was.
And that's what our kids are seeing.
I know.
Right now, they're seeing like, oh my God, my California grandparents,
my Washington grandparents,
and my Washington grandparents really get along really well. It's really kind of fun when they're all here.
Yeah.
Because they were getting spoiled rotten.
Yes.
Our kids were living in heaven.
Yeah, that's why the pool was at 91.
Yeah, totally. They were swimming through the middle of the night.
We swam really late, so it was worth it. We had a really...
And it's fun because your dad, he used to be in the mountains and he's hunting all the time and all that stuff. So for him, this was his California vacation for sure.
Totally.
He was like, oh, we're utilizing this. Like, your mom cracked me up. She's not a big fan of California. I will say that. She knows it. It's just
knows that.
It's not a thing. But we were sitting in the backyard and she had just gotten out of the pool and she's like, so do you think you want to adopt me for the summer? And she's laying on the lounger. I was cracking up. What do you think? You might not be able to get rid of me. And I was like, you could come here anytime in the summer. Are you kidding me?
There's plenty of room to stay.
It's just nice when the weather's nice and you're sitting in our backyard because it doesn't feel like it just feels like you're in a great place to just relax.
Yeah, it feels like you're chilling at like a small hotel pool almost.
Yeah.
Which is really conceited to say, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the right word, but
maybe that's not the right word. But yeah, it is nice.
In my mom's case, it's like her own private little resort.
Yeah, because they just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like they don't go do that kind of stuff regularly.
They go hunting, they go fishing. So their resorts are in a boat,
or on a lake,
trailer,
or on a river.
Yeah, which is fine. That's their prerogative, and that's why they live where they do, because there's 3 rivers, lots of places to fish.
It's everything they love. It's everything they love.
And that's why we go back and visit.
But then it's kind of fun to be the California house. Because you're like your sister and our nieces, they love coming down here because they're like, oh yeah, we're going to go to we're going to California because they have a pool and we go sit back in the back. I mean, don't get me wrong. Your sister
quads and they have so much stuff to play with at their house.
I was like, yeah, that's definitely the fun house. I don't know. Your sister's house is the fun house, but I mean, ours is just a different type of fun. Yeah. So it is nice.
And it's close to a lot of things. So when they do come down, they get to go to the beach and stuff. But a lot of it's just playing in our backyard with the playground and the pool and just chilling.
Yeah. But to go back to the worlds colliding, like yours and mine, when we were first dating, like I always knew my parents, no, this is kind of funny. I always knew like I had good parents. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know yours yet. And I knew I had good parents, and I was like, man, whoever ends up with me is going to win the lottery because they get good in-laws, for real. Like, that's how I always looked at it. And you have to prize your family like that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to look at it like that because it is literally inheriting a whole group of people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And, I was always very, very close with my parents. So I was like, whoever ends up with me, and if they have some crap thing to say about my parents, then they're probably not going to last.
You're like, I'll just divorce them.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that far.
Yeah, exactly.
We would definitely not be married. So I knew that. Then I met your family, and I was like, oh, I really like these people. Like, they're so different. Like, you guys were so different than my family.
Or anything you've probably ever really known.
Yeah, I mean, just very different, different kinds of ways of life. But there's a lot of similarities for sure. But it was fun. This weekend was fun because it was when you really got to see, oh man, our parents are a lot alike actually.
Yeah,
they have a lot of fun things to be chilling out about. Like I don't ever think I'll ever worry about leaving them to hang.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you feel like you have to do that. Like,
I think they were setting up plans to go a trip up to Washington, and my dad was coming down to the river, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to be hanging out more than we are this summer.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
But it was pretty dope.
Because you think about it, and there's so many different people out there. There's so many types of people who don't get along or who have different values. And
there's a lot of that. I mean, even some of our friends being different races and different religions have caused some waves
rifts
in their house and stuff that they've made it through. But like just simple things like that we not necessarily had to.
Well, we don't have to worry too much because we're different. We're definitely different. You and I.
Oh, of course. To say the least. But it was cool.
It was neat. It was so cool.
I guess it's kind of I don't want to say it's rare, but it kind of is rare to have not divorced parents from either side.
both. You're right. We both have married parents.
Correct.
Which does make it a bit easier because, we have we have that in common. That is really wonderful.
Because I don't know what it's like to be in a family where they're divorced or anything and how that feels and stuff. So I'm sure that would play into how your future relationships with your people and stuff. So,
for sure.
So, I mean, I'm sure that since we haven't witnessed any of that, it's not like in our, it's not, you know what I mean? It's just, it's one of those things that I've always been like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we're really lucky. In fact, my grandparents were here for Juleen's grad party, and
they were.
ODM and his wife were here, Vanessa, and they were talking to my grandparents because he's met my grandfather and grandmother before, and they walk over and my grandpa's like, oh, ODM, how are you? And he's saying hi to him, and he's like, ODM's like, how long have you guys been married? And my grandma Vera's like 61 years.
Damn.
And he's like, what? Like how? Like how? What do you do? Like how do you make that happen? Like how do you live that long with one person? Like really, how do you put up with somebody for that long?
That's a great question.
And my grandma says, I just deal with it.
My guess is a lot of quiet moments.
Well, it's funny. My grandpa starts making jokes about getting married when he's 12, and of course he didn't. But he's just like joking around about stuff, and that's because I feel like I'm this age.
Well, we did have a big party for their 50th, right?
We did.
That was a long time ago.
11 years.
I know that. You do math well.
I'm fast. So it's just funny, and it's nice. It's a very sweet thing that we can say, that we have going on for our kids.
Yeah, it could have been way weirder. It could have been way weirder, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, if our parents just didn't click. This weekend would have been really awkward.
Or like if my mom didn't like your mom or vice versa.
Yeah,
like
and
if it was something small petty or like she didn't wear shoes to the wedding.
Oh my God. Can you even imagine? Yeah, we're so lucky our parents are not like that.
Can you imagine though? She's really going to wear that blouse.
She's going to wear that.
She's wearing white
to the party.
Anyway,
it's so funny. It's like none of our parents aren't those people.
Now, and they're both retired now, so they don't have a whole lot of worries in that field. So
now
it's
they
going to be
chill out. Like they are just on Chillville.
I'm
you know
surprised
what I mean?
They don't have a room in each other's houses set up before.
It may happen. Look, the night is young, the year is early.
The house is not built
the
yet.
House is not built.
Well, yeah, it was a blast. I had a really good time. Juleen doesn't listen to this, but congratulations on graduating, Juleen.
I know.
Now you get
She doesn't listen to this because it means listening to her parents more than she needs to.
Not to mention she listens to us record most of the time. Anyway.
I know. She's
in the bathroom
sitting right here.
But no,
we're really proud of our kid. We're really proud of our family.
It was a whirlwind of 3 or 4 days of every angle of our family coming in.
Every emotion.
You take the dysfunctional and functional parts of their family. They were all here working.
I mean, and everything was it was like
fine.
It was perfect. It was just so perfect. And I have no voice because I screamed my damn head off on Monday, and I have no regrets. I screamed my head off because my daughter graduated, and
I thought you were yelling when the lottery was on.
No, that wasn't happening. So anyway, lost my voice on Monday, and because there was only 4 of us there, and we had to make it sound like there were 20.
And it did.
And I did.
And it did. Yeah, no, I recorded it, and you were worried, and I played it back, and you were not worried anymore.
And then I was like, that's where my voice went.
We actually heard it right at the very end. It's like, gone. All right. We got to get out of here. Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad.
Tell your in-laws.
Tell Chuck E. Cheese. I don't care.
Tell everyone.
I know. Just tell everyone. Thank you so much for listening. At Evelyn Marivas across platforms. At Chris_Donovan on most platforms. Mm-hmm. And go to thisisfunner.com.
And until next time.
Catch you later.
Conversate with us. Conversate with us.
Thank you for listening to Conversate with us.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.